morning. This is Kelly DeMarco, and I'm talking about my husband's. My husband was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a pretty aggressive form of bone cancer, in June, and I've been tracking our journey. I think just as a form of release for me, and also as a way to just share what it is to go through something like this, for the patient, for the partner, for the family, for everybody kind of surrounding the family. I just dropped Timmy off for his appointment this morning for chemo and labs, and the drive from our house to where he gets his labs done is about a half an hour, and he was breathing pretty heavy just walking out and getting into the car. I don't know if he slept very well. It's hard for him to talk right now. I mean, it's just all he can do to try to get food in his body and keep food in his body. I can't really even ask how he's doing because it's too much to go there and try to process it or deal with answering one more time. Like, I feel like absolute hell. So what I'm really present to this morning is that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a long trek. It's not a hike. I think that's why, I'm definitely not the first person to refer to this as a cancer journey. And that word just seemed right because I felt like this is something that we're in for the long haul, and we definitely are. I've been on treks. I've never done a marathon, but I've done the equivalent in other sports, bicycling specifically. And at the start, you kind of jump in, you do all the stuff. It's like everybody's there to support you, everyone's there to cheer you on, and you like go all in, and you get all the gear, and you anticipate what's ahead, and then you get into it, and it's like after a certain period of time, you're on your own, and I don't mean to say this like we're on our own. We have support, but this is like we're the ones traveling this journey, and Tim especially is the one like doing the hard work. I guess we're all doing our hard work in our own ways. Yeah, that's definitely true. And it's kind of harder to know how to talk about it from this place. So that's why I am talking about it, because I'm just feeling the endurance challenge. And I'm also tuning into like refugees, people who leave their countries, and like there's the big like decision or the moment where all the adrenaline's rushing, and then they flee and they make the long trek to wherever they're going, and it just like the challenge of it doesn't stop. It just keeps going, but it becomes more of a silent challenge, something to bear or endure. I think of it too in the midst of like climate change, and that there's a lot about it that's like a long-term thing that we bear and we endure and we keep going. And there's nothing exciting about it. It's just like, it is what it is. And so I think this is where like the tools of resilience are so vital. I think it's like, you know, when it's a short-term thing, it's easy to rally and it's easy to like call out for support. It's easy to identify your need because everything is like freaking so new and shocking. And I think it's easier to ask for help when it's shockingly different. It's easier to see our needs when it's shockingly different. I think the longer time goes on, in some ways it's like becomes a new norm. And so it's harder to identify, you know, you adjust. And in that way, it's like, you know, there's something really good about that because we're malleable and adaptable creatures. And I think we're resilient by nature. But I think there's something also about it that can feel tricky because in the new norm, there's, you know, routines and I don't know. So I think the place that I'm in right now is just trying to like stay present to what are our needs now, what are my needs. Find myself like after I get the girls down at night, like there's more time needed right at bedtime to process from the day, and there's things that happen that, you know, it seems like everything's okay, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh, and everything's not okay. Like there's a backlog of stuff here we need to deal with before everybody's heads can hit their pillows for the night. And, you know, and then I have my time, which tends to linger later, you know, and then in the morning it's like the time that I need to devote to some exercise for my body. That's easy to let fall to the wayside, and I have for a while. So I think this week, I look really tired right now, I can tell. The beauty of recording yourself and having to see yourself. But whatever, it's real. I'm not gonna touch it up and brush it up. Yeah, I think this week what's really present for me is that I just need to do some like focus on, you know, what does it look like to stay the course? What are our kind of day-to-day, week-to-week needs as this journey goes on? What do we need? Like, what do each of us need to feel supported? What are the things that I need to continue to ask for help for? An oncology nurse told us at one point, like, keep asking, because everybody's gonna think you're okay. And, you know, we're resilient creatures, and so we adjust, and so there's a lot about how we are doing that's, you know, okay, but there's also there's definitely still areas of need, and, you know, Tim needs I'm still grappling with, like, what's the best way to support him right now. You know, I'm taking him to his appointments, I'm checking in on him, I'm helping carry things up and down the stairs, you know. I told him last night, like, whatever you need from me, just let me know. And I think he's also in a place of like, I don't know what the hell I need. I just, like, sometimes it's I need you to go away. I just need to just like manage what's happening in my body right now. And all I can do is be present to my breath and this moment. And like anyone else in my immediate environment can feel like too much. You know, because it's stimulation and it's information that you have to process, and then you have to feel like you have to process, you know, how somebody else is feeling and responding to your situation. And last night I went downstairs at dinner time, and my daughter had just taken him food, and shortly after I went to check up on him, and he's like heaving again, you know, several times yesterday. He was vomiting, and that's, you know, I think that's just the hellacious part of this disease process and the treatment. So I'm hoping and praying that this morning he can get some help. And I'm hoping to gain more insight through today and this week as to how to best stay this course and meet my needs, our family's needs, Timmy's needs, the girls' needs. You know, while also staying present to like the needs of others around me, and you know, not get swallowed up by this. So I'm heading in for a doctor's appointment. So it's kind of the tail end of a series of appointments, and it's all good, just checkups. So happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being present. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I guess thanks for allowing me to show up without having to put on a face that's anything other than my face. It's hard to look at myself right now. But God made me this way, and so I guess it's plenty good enough. Happy Monday. Peace.